Hi everyone, my name is Andrea and this is Homeschooling with the Henriches. If you have not watched my videos before, I am a homeschool mama of 4 and I love posting things about homeschooling and also about child rearing, things that we learn along the way, and also fun activities that we have done as a family. In today's video, I am going to share with you what we did for our first grade year. So my daughter, she's 6 years old, she just finished her first grade year. And while she did love a lot of things, I have noticed that maybe we needed to supplement some things or we just need to change some things for the second grade. So without further ado, let's get started. To start this video off, I want to share how I organize my daughter's year. So the way that I do this, and if you have watched my kindergarten video, this is the same thing that I do for my kindergartner, my first grade, pretty much any child that I have in school. And I have this big 3-inch binders, and in here I have their math curriculum, and I have their anything supplemental that I do for language arts or anything extra that we're doing this year. So let me walk you through. For math, we did the Math You See Alpha program, and this is from Dean Learning. And this program was amazing. I liked the videos, I liked the workbooks. I love how there's not a lot of noise going on in these notebooks. It's just black and white. All the pages are just without any comics, without anything that's distracting the child from learning the lesson. This program was the same as the primer in the way that introduces the concepts, but it is different in the fact that when you get to the Alpha program, you are going to get tests, and this is a great thing in the way that you get to test how much your child has really understood. And then not only do they get the test after a lesson, that's their lesson test, but they do have unit tests. So they have 4 big unit tests and a final test at the end of the year. So in the unit test, it kind of collects everything that they've learned throughout that whole unit, and I think it's 5 to 6 lessons. And it kind of recollects it back. Again, as they go on, the unit tests get a little bit longer. And that's okay. I mean, it's just compiling everything that they've learned. We don't really hype it up too much, and we don't really put a lot of emphasis in this test in my house. We use it as a gauge, and when my daughter does it, she just sits down just like any lesson test that she does, and then we go over it together, and I see maybe she's not getting a certain concept or anything, so then I go back to the lesson and we will do maybe some more practice on that concept that she missed, or maybe she gets, but she is just still confused about certain things, right? So this, one thing that I have to say is, while I do love the Math You See, and I think my daughter did enjoy using the Alpha and the primer for kindergartner, I think we need something new, something a bit more challenging. This program was amazing, and the fact that she loves Mr. Dean, she loves the blocks, she loves doing everything with her hands, very kinesthetic, but we are missing that element of challenge. And the earlier lessons are kind of just a repeat of the primer level, which I think really bored my daughter. At that point that, we were introducing, she was watching her videos just like usual, and then she was just like, yeah, I know that. So I let her do the first couple of lessons. I think we're ready for something new, something to explore, and well, maybe what we explore may not end up working, and maybe we'll go back to the Math You See program. And while we still don't know what we're doing for our second grade year, we still love this program, and I still think it was amazing, and I would recommend the primer and even this one, the Alpha, for a young learner like my daughter is. And they do have a way of really solidifying those concepts. I think this is a mastery approach with kind of a little bit of spiraling incorporated. So which is great, especially for those big unit tests. Everything will spiral, and at the end of each lesson, they have a systematic review. So that's what we did for math. Now let's move on to our writing. So for writing, we did several things. We did the Good and the Beautiful handwriting program, level 1. It was really nice. It was great. She did finish it. She enjoyed writing. She enjoyed the dotting. She enjoyed a lot of the things. But the reason why I didn't do the Good and the Beautiful level 2 and just moved her up a level was because I think that she was missing that aspect of writing, you know, and coming from her, not just out of dictation or out of just copying a book. Still do the copy work because I think that's a great thing to do, and it's a great way for them to learn about grammar, punctuation, and it's a great thing for them to do. We have moved on to this little program, and it's for 1st and 2nd graders, and it's called Happy Handwriting Story Starters. So we have loved this program, and while we're done, let me show you what happened. I downloaded this off of Teachers Pay Teachers, this little cover, and I put her writing notebook, Angela's writing notebook, and inside I laminated all the prompts that she did. So this is kind of like her keepsake for her 1st grade year. So she had her prompts, and then she wrote how she would answer those prompts. And at the end, after she would finish, she would have to write anything that she misspelled. She would have to write it 3 times in the back. So and that's what we did. There are a lot of cute prompts. If I were as tall as a giraffe, and then it's giving the kids a lot of creativity and kind of thinking about putting themselves in different scenarios, as well as teaching them how to write sequences like 1st, 2nd, 3rd. It's teaching them about logical steps, like for example, how do you brush your teeth, how do you make a PBJ sandwich. But this is great. She enjoyed doing that. She enjoyed coloring. She enjoyed being prompted on different things that she did. For example, this one, we went to Old Davies Schoolhouse, and this was in Davie, Florida. So this is her talking about her field trip experience and what she did and what she loved in here, and so on, so on. And then in the back, I had put little pictures of her year to tie it in. It's kind of like a yearbook. And last page, I wrote her a note about what she did in this school year and how proud we are of her. Now, we also do a lot of copy work. And the way that we use copy work is either from a dictionary or a book, the Bible, or we love these books, the Draw Right Now books. This is the one that she was currently working on. This is level 3. And this, she learned about Native Americans, North America, and the Pilgrims. So while we do enjoy her doing a lot of copy work, I think it's a balance of different things. And I think handwriting becomes very tedious if you just do one or the other. If she was just doing a lot of copy work but nothing creative with her writing, I think it would get really old, really tiring. And that's what I wanted to do with her. I want to kind of switch it up, do a little bit of everything, and just kind of keep it fun and fresh for her throughout this school year, to form that love of writing, something that I did not have growing up. And I think it wasn't that I didn't like it, I just thought I wasn't very good at it. And to this day, I'm still learning with my daughter how to love writing and how to be creative with it and how to do that. So let me take you in a little bit about what she did. So this is, again, if you are not familiar to this program, they first draw. something. So this one was the long house. So she drew her long house, and then at this stage, at first grade, she wrote the whole thing. She read it to me. So I just want to make sure she practices her reading as well. And then I wanted her to write the whole little paragraph down. And we talked about what a long house was and kind of like who used it. And we did the questions about how many families lived in a long house. And this is her notebook. This is a notebook that she's had since her kindergarten. This is her kindergarten through first grade notebook. As you can see, this is her first little drawing. So she wrote her first sentence, and it's really amazing to see their progress in both writing and in coloring and really drawing itself, right? She loves drawing. She's a very creative girl, and I have loved seeing that switch. And this is her, wow, this is a very good drawing. I think this was a pueblo. So she learned about pueblos, and she drew her own little pueblo. And this, she even drew a cave, a reading cave for a little girl, it seems, in there. So this is a fun way to incorporate copy work and also get them to make their own scenarios with the stuff that they're learning and drawing all those things. So this is another fun way to incorporate handwriting. Now for English, we used The Good and the Beautiful Level 1. This curriculum is great in the fact that they use a lot of art. They use a lot of having the kids do their own little crafts and teach them how to do a lot of water painting. And while my child did not have any issues with this program, and I did enjoy this little part where they talk about the kinesthetic learner, the visual learner, and the auditory learner when it came to learning different things like their sight words, spelling words. It just didn't stick out to me, and I think they brushed over the meat and potatoes of grammar and handwriting off to the side a little bit. I think even though we really did do a lot of really, really nice readings and we listened to beautiful stories. For example, like they introduce a lesson here about common and proper nouns, and then kind of like leave off of it after one lesson. You know, we're not really building up on that lesson. We're just kind of like introducing it, telling them what it is, and then moving on forward. And then in a couple lessons or maybe 10, 15 lessons, it comes back again in the review. And sometimes it's really hard for the child to really get a grasp on those really important concepts like proper nouns, where to put your commas at, where to put punctuation, how to properly date something. So it is just something that I really don't think it's working, and it really gives me a hard time because this curriculum is what we started with when we were homeschooling her. We did the pre-K, we did the primer K, the K primer, sorry, and then we did the first grade. And you know, like even I think before starting this one, I was like, should I just buy level 2 while I'm at it? And I'm glad I didn't, because I think as I'm going through this program, I am realizing more gaps in this program that I need to substitute, or in the summer I am trying to really have her learn the grammar skills that she needs before we jump into something else for second grade. With the Good and the Beautiful also comes the Booster Card series. This is Reading Booster Level C, and this did not come with her first grade curriculum. For first grade is Level B. So with this one, we really did like the method of reading. We did alpha phonics before we started the Good and the Beautiful, and so this is a great review for her, and she really cruises through a lot. She enjoys doing all her little practice of the different sounds, and she loves getting that sticker. The way that I do these is that I do them by mastery. So for example, if they don't pronounce a special sound correctly, they will keep going with that card until they have mastered it fully without any hesitation. And then they get a sticker, which is a big deal in our household. Another thing that they incorporate is the big review. So I think every 6 cards there is a big review, and you get to go back and really reanalyze those cards and see if the child still grasps those concepts. And when they do, and if they pass everything in the review, they get to do this maze. This is great. This engages my child. She loves the maze, and this is something that every time we start a new section, she already looks at what maze she's going to be diving into for that little unit. Along with my Reading Booster C cards, also I have the books that come with it. So because I have the level C cards, I have the level 2 books that are recommended to go with my booster cards. These are great. These are simple stories. Let me show you inside. So the way that it works is that they have a student portion, and the student would read this portion, and then the parent would follow along with the story. I think really early on, my child, she is a bookworm. She really enjoys reading, and so she just kind of read the whole page for me instead of us switching back and forth. What we did do is, like, if she had gotten tired of just reading 2 pages or 3 pages, we would switch off, and then I'd take over for a little bit, and then quickly enough, she said she would just take over again. So this is great. It still has pictures. It's still a great book for those beginner readers or readers that are just getting confident in their reading. Another little couple things, and these are the fun part of her things. She has at her highlights little, what is that, a bookmark? No, a bookkeeper. She has her highlights bookkeeper, and it comes with little activities. This is highlights school puzzles, and it's like, and they get to solve different puzzles. She has not gotten to this one yet. So this is all silly things, fun things. I look at these more like a brain teaser than anything, and I think these are great. There's mazes, there are crossword puzzles, find it. It's really great, and I have loved it. We work at this stage, and with her and all my kids, with manners. So we've got this book for